వెల్కమ్ టు సాక్షి టీవీ. యువతే భవిష్యత్తు, యువతే మార్పుకు నాంది. ఈ రోజు మనతో ఉన్న టీటీఏ యూత్ ఫోరం ప్రతినిధి ప్రణవి రెడ్డి గారిని టీటీఏ యూత్ ఫోరం నుంచి మరిన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాం. లెట్ మీ వెల్కమ్ ప్రణవి రెడ్డి గారు టు ద షో. హలో ప్రణవి రెడ్డి గారు, హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
Hi, good. How are you?
గ్రేట్ అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ. హౌ ఆర్ యూ డూయింగ్?
Good, good. Thank you for having me today.
ఓకే ప్రణవి రెడ్డి గారు, టీటీఏ యూత్ ఫోరం లో చేరడానికి మిమ్మల్ని ప్రేరేపించిన కారణం ఏంటి?
Actually, first it was Nana. Nana ni support money. I started into it. I got into it. Kani, since I've been in it, it's become something more. Naku, I've always been interested in um, being involved in the community and working with kids and, uh, supporting engagement is a big thing for me. I've always been involved in leadership. So um, TTA's youth committee has become a way for me to take it to a national platform and to involve more people into it. So Naku, even though Nana is the reason I started, it's become more of a it's an excellent platform for networking and connection, leadership. It gives you excellent opportunities. So for me, it's about spreading it to other kids and getting everybody involved.
ఓకే, వాట్ డిడ్ యు లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ టీటీఏ యూత్ ఫోరం? మీరేం నేర్చుకున్నారు? మీరు నేర్చుకున్న ముఖ్యమైన విషయం ఏంటి ఫ్రమ్ దిస్?
I think leadership and teamwork is always going to be exercised at Lantivatlo. So that is one thing that I've gotten to practice so much more. But for me, I've learned it's more about the importance of community service, I think, and being able to build a platform that highlights kids. I think kids are such an important aspect to any organization, any big movement. So I think being able to build this, the youth committee is still new for TTA, so we've had it for, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years now. And so getting to build that mission and working to really like shape it into what I want it to be has been an excellent opportunity. So I think for me, I've learned more confidence, more leadership, but also the importance of having a platform like this.
దట్స్ ఆసమ్. సో ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ మీ కమ్యూనిటీకి, మన కమ్యూనిటీకి కావాల్సిన లైక్ ఎలా మీరు సర్వ్ చేయబోతున్నారు?
So actually, Nana, I want to go into medicine. So that is my, professional career wise, that is my goal for how I want to bring back. But I think these kinds of organizations play a big part in that because being involved in the community is a very, very big thing. And I think this kind of organization gives you the opportunity to get involved and it gives you the opportunity to meet people, um, which I think is going to make a huge difference for you in terms of like leadership and like learning how to connect with other people. I think that's a big deal. So in our community, I think in order to give back, you have to understand people and you have to be able to work with others. So I think that's a huge deal for TTA, and I think that's something I want to continue going forward.
గ్రేట్ గ్రేట్, నైస్ టు నో వాట్ ఇట్ ప్రణయ్ గారు. సో థింగ్ ఏంటి అంటే లైక్ టీటీఏ యూత్ ఫోరం ద్వారా మీరు లైక్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఏమైనా లైక్ టార్గెట్స్ ఏమున్నాయి? అండ్ డెఫినెట్ గా మీరు యూత్ కి ఇవ్వాలనుకున్న ఒక ఇన్స్పైరబుల్ సందేశం ఏంటి?
Like I said, the Inca, it's a little bit newer, so we're still in the stage where we're shaping it and trying to make it what we want it to be. So going forward, I think a goal for TTA Youth Committee is to expand it to Convention Baitaguda to make big events, to have events all year round for kids to get involved in. We try to participate as much as possible in all of the cultural events and all of the local chapter events, but to be able to expand and create youth chapters in each state would be a great step, I think, going forward. And as far as a message, Youth Ki Chapal Chindi, I would say it's just so important to get involved. I know everybody is busy, school is busy, all of these things. I think kids these days have a lot to balance. But being involved in organizations like this is so, so important because it gives you an opportunity to voice yourself and build a perspective that you can't really be taught in school. So, Itlante experiences la, I think you get so much out of that that you can't get elsewhere. So I think it's important to find something like this. And it doesn't have to be TTA, it can be anything. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
getting involved in things like this and leadership is a very important goal for all
True,
kids.
true, true. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రణవి. అండ్ లైక్ మీ యూత్ ని ఒకే వేదిక పైకి తీసుకురావడంలో లైక్ వాట్స్ ద రోల్ ఆఫ్ టీటీఏ?
So there's a couple of different things. If we're convention law events, we can take some of that. Is one of the big events is the banquet. And the
Mhm.
other big event for the youth committee is Shark Tank. So both of those are, I think, excellent ways to do this because the banquet gives you opportunity to meet new people, make friendships, right? Like it is giving
Mhm.
you the opportunity to um, just connect and build a community. I think the TTA family has always been an important aspect of this organization. So extending that also to the kids is a big part. So that's
Mhm.
one thing. But the other thing is that it gives you opportunities through Shark Tank and through, performances and getting to meet these people to practice your public speaking, to do things like that, where it gives you that kind of opportunity for elevation and for you to put yourself out there. So I think that's the main thing for the convention at least.
ఓకే. సో ఫర్ నౌ ఇప్పుడు టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ షార్లెట్ లో జరగబోతోంది కదా! సో దానికి ఆహ్, లైక్ టీటీఏ ఫోరం అంటే యూత్ ఫోరం నుండి స్పెషల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఏమేమున్నాయి?
So Youth Forum Ninchi, we're doing three big events. Uh, on Friday night, we're having the youth banquet, which I've been historically, personally speaking, నేను ఇట్లాంటి events కి పోయినప్పుడు I don't really know that many people. So this has
హ్మ్.
historically been a great opportunity for me to make friends for the weekend, and for a lot of people, I still talk to some of these people. So it's a
హ్మ్.
great opportunity to meet people and to connect, and it is a big aspect in making that community and family. So that is
హ్మ్.
the youth banquet. It's going to be at the NASCAR Hall of Fame on Friday the 17th. So that's a very special event for us. And then on
ఓకే.
Saturday, we're going to have a Shark Tank competition, and that is for all ages 12 to 18. So those are all students, and they're going to get a chance to meet incredible judges who are involved in their communities and businesses, very entrepreneurial minded. So this is going to give them a chance to showcase their talents and showcase their business thinking, practice their speaking. I think it just exercises all kinds of important traits all around. So that's a big thing. And those are the big events that we're really, really excited for.
దట్స్ నైస్. ప్రణవి అయితే లైక్ యూత్ ఫోరం స్పెషల్ గా లైక్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ యూ ఆర్ డిజైనింగ్ ఫర్ యూత్?
So, as I think I started to explain, but those two events are a big deal. We're having a lot of connection for the kids. I think that's what we're focusing on mainly is in order to take TTA youth to the next level and to make these events enjoyable for the kids, we're trying to place a lot of focus on making those connections and getting involved. So there's a youth committee that everyone is welcome to join, and they're helping to plan these events. But outside of that, Friday and Saturday are going to be very youth focused days. We're trying to come up with new and fun ideas to get everybody involved. So, Shark Tank is an excellent opportunity to present yourself and meet leaders in your fields, for people who are business thinkers or wanting to go into business fields. I think that's a great, great opportunity. So, that's one of the big programs that we're putting on.
గ్రేట్, గ్రేట్. సో ప్రణవి, మరి నెక్స్ట్ 5 ఇయర్స్ కి టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ ద్వారా నెక్స్ట్ 5 ఇయర్స్ కి మీరు ప్లాన్ చేసిన ప్లాన్స్ ఏంటి ఫర్ ద యూత్?
I think we're just building mostly a framework. We're trying to come up with a way to make it accessible to more people in the next 5 years. We're trying to make it a strong network, something that kids can rely on easily. I think TTA has become an excellent resource for a lot of the community, the Indian American community. But for kids, I'm trying to find ways to get them personally involved because at the end of the day, that's what is going to make it go forward. And that is, to me, the most important part. So TTA has always placed a big focus on kids. So for the next 5 years, I think our goal is to create more chapters, get more people involved, really get the name out there, and use it as a mentorship platform. It's a great platform where so many people are involved, but I think we have the opportunity, it's a unique opportunity to be able to help kids that are younger than us or help kids that are, um, you know, trying to get involved and participate in their communities, which is at the end of the day the whole goal. So yeah, in the next 5 years, I hope that's what we can accomplish.
గ్రేట్, గ్రేట్, గ్రేట్ టు హియర్ అబౌట్ దట్. సో
Mhm.
నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే లైక్ తెలుగు భాష, తెలుగు సంస్కృతి అంటున్నారు కదా! సో వీటిని మరింత బలోపేతం చేయడానికి టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ ఈసారి తీసుకుంటున్న నిర్ణయాలేంటి? వాట్ ఆర్ ద డెసిషన్ దే ఆర్ మేకింగ్
Yeah,
టు బిల్డ్ ద
TTA is
స్ట్రెంగ్త్?
making TTA has always been culturally focused. I think the whole idea is to showcase India, showcase where we come from, our heritage. So at the
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ.
convention, they are having so many very well thought out performances. They're having kids get involved in those performances. There's lots of local performances. There's so many celebrities coming from India who are going to be able to showcase those, roots. We have amazing musical performances. So I think those are all very important decisions that they're making. And outside of the convention too, TTA does a lot to, keep in touch with that culture. I think for me, my parents have always, tried to keep me in touch. They've taught me, and they've always encouraged me to be a part of Telugu traditions, Telugu culture, holidays, celebrating all kinds of things. So, um, personally, it's always been important to me that I get involved in those things. So, going to these events and going to these festivals is a way for me to keep in touch and learn more. And I think for kids in my generation, watching your friends get involved and being able to participate with your friends is a big deal. So at the TTA convention, there's, plenty of opportunity for you to connect with performers and for you to perform, for you to get involved. Um, or even like we're having Telugu music and all kinds of things like that, and we're having parades and I think there's tons of opportunities for you to both learn about and get involved with culture and tradition.
Great thoughts. So, Pranavi, ఇప్పుడు యూత్ ఫోరం లో టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ షార్లెట్ లో జరగబోయే ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో what will be the special program about like youth forum from youth forum?
I think yeah, I'm biased. I'm planning them, so I think everything is special, right? I think the banquet and Shark Tank are gonna be both up there. For me, I think Shark Tank is a great opportunity because it's meant for kids. And
The
it's really
same.
yeah, it's kind of the same question.
So
Um,
one last question, Pranavi. So how do you define like today's youth is tomorrow's leaders అన్న ఏదైతే సేయింగ్ ఉందో దాన్ని మీరు ఎలా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తారు? What is your perspective?
My personal perspective, I completely agree with that. I think the people that we're investing our energy into today, it's so important that we invest in the kids because those are going to be the people running our communities and, getting involved in all of these careers. We're going to be the ones building our society. And so I completely agree with that statement. I think that shaping the youth is such an important part of what we do every day and being able to that's why it's so important to me to be able to mentor or work with kids that are younger than me and kids that are still students, trying to figure out what their path is. um, Leadership starts a lot before you grow, that's something that you exercise all through your childhood, and it's always been important to me that I am involved in those kinds of positions. I had a nonprofit in eighth grade and I started that and helped found it. So that was my first kind of big role, I think. And since then, I've always been involved in some kind of responsibility and some kind of leadership. And I think that's important for every kid to do because I think the more we invest in ourselves now and the more we learn those kinds of skills and the skills that come from things like this in these positions, the more we can, be better in future years and in the community coming.
Leaders. Yeah. Yep, well, that's too good, Pranvi. Thank you so much for giving these inputs for TTA Youth Convention. So thank you so very much. See you at convention.
Yeah, see there. Thank you for your time.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఎస్, ఇది మరి ప్రణవి గారు టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ షార్లెట్ లో జరగబోయే యూత్ ఫోరం లో ఎన్ని కార్యక్రమాలు జరగబోతున్నాయి, ఎలా జరగబోతున్నాయి, నెక్స్ట్ 5 years లో ఏం చేయబోతున్నారు అండ్ యూత్ ని ఎలా సపోర్ట్ చేయబోతున్నారు, స్పెషల్ గా షార్క్ ట్యాంక్ అనేది ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పేసి ఎన్నో వినూత్న కార్యక్రమాలు చేపడుతున్నాం అని చెప్పేసి చెప్తున్నారు. మరి యూత్ కన్వెన్షన్ లో వాళ్ళకి ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ చెప్తూ, టీటీఏ కన్వెన్షన్ కి ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ చెప్తూ, ప్రణవి గారు ఆల్ ది వెరీ బెస్ట్ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ కమింగ్ టు అవర్ స్టూడియో.